welcome to the second annual Nyack College Scholar Symposium at the Manhattan campus.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to this prestigious guest for this evening, Dr. Theodore Mallon.
I'm going to make a little argument here for about 15 minutes. The really interesting part will be the panel discussion, and then I'm told we want to be very interactive. We want to involve you. So you make an argument that the market itself and competition degenerate when you don't base your economy, your economic life, and your corporate activity, the corporate culture, on what I call economic virtues. Now, what are the sources? I teach MBA students at Yale now, so they're demanding. And they always ask me this question because they're not familiar with the word virtue, which is disturbing. You have to admit. I hope that's not the case at times. But they always say, well, what is the source of virtue, Dr. Mallon? The source of virtue, as Rupi told us, is family, church, genuine community, tradition. These are the sources of virtue.
Dr. Anita Underwood, we're going to ask you to be the first to make some comments, please.
In today's culture, I think that we focus more on what people have to do and less concerned with how we do things. And part of being a virtuous organization and talking about spiritual capital talks about our compassion and working together. So I think it's something that we need to focus on. I think the challenge is how do we do it and how do we create cultural change?
There are not enough organizations today that are really walking the talk. I think there's an awful lot of organizations today that are talking this talk because it's the right thing to do and it's politically correct. But not enough of them are really walking the talk. And I think it goes to what Dr. Underwood just said, is how do we go about that implementation today? And how do companies really walk that talk and make it real?
Why so many of the economic benefits in the United States go to a tiny minority of individuals? We can hardly make the argument that it is because that tiny minority of individuals are virtuous. The U.S., and I'd like to highlight in the United States, the role of organizations, both the nonprofit sector, but particularly the organizations in the business sector. Organizations play a very important role in American politics.
Let's be honest about one thing. Democracy and capitalism are both problematic systems, but as Churchill said, it's the only system we have, right? We live, as Augustine said, in the fallen world, as the Bible tells us. Neither of these systems are perfect, but they're the best that we've been able to do. Are they evolving? Are they changing? Yes, they are, hopefully in the best direction, but not always in a unilateral direction. So there are permutations in every